Welcome home to sunshine, everybody. Welcome home. Thank you so much for joining me here. And I know you are wondering, what is the elephant in the room? It is this glitter here and here. So this reading is going to be the freedom reading, all about freedom. How can we cultivate freedom? How can we free ourselves more? What is holding us back from experiencing more freedom? What can we do to add some more freedom? Even what do we need to take freedom away from as well? We're also going to dive into all of that. So this look is the iconic William Wallace. William Wallace Braveheart recreation. Now, I just want to let you guys know I'm new to YouTube. I'm very lo-fi, and I know it's going to be hard to believe, but I did do this makeup myself. I did not have any professional help. This is all me. This is a glitter eyeliner gel pencil that my baby cousin gave me. It's the only blue I had, so I thought, let's go with it. It may be a little bit patchy, but I think that it gets the point across. Because, as Mr. William Wallace so famously said, all that Hollywood bullshit aside, Mel Gibson, all that, and like the fact that the movie itself, all that aside, there were some good parts in it, and historically William Wallace is pretty cool, but I don't think he actually said this. I think this is a Hollywood creation. But they may take our lives. They may take our lives. They may take our lives. See, I can't even do a Scottish accent. They may take our lives, but they will never take our freedom. Amen. Hallelujah. Okay, so next I'm going to put up the cards. So we have 4 piles of 4. We're going to go in with the Carrie Yale Visconti and then clarify with the Rider-Waite Pamela Coleman Smith. Love you all so much. Thank you again for tuning into this video. I so appreciate it. And I will see you very soon in your reading. Welcome to your reading. I'm sorry, I'm going to be so annoying doing that the whole time, but welcome. Pile number 1, and you had the fluorite tetrahedron. So let me just move the other piles aside, and we can get into this. So we're going to touch down on how we can create freedom, how we can sustain freedom, any aspects of our lives where we need to rein in the freedom, and how we can maintain. I was like, refrain, maintain, let's just get into this. Okay, so 4 cards. The first one is the 2 of Pentacles. The second one is the 9 of Pentacles. And this 9 of Pentacles is upright. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, it's reversed. It's reversed. Okay, so reversed. And then we have the Tower. Oh, and then we have the 2 of Cups. And it's also reversed. Okay, so starting right off with the 2 of Pentacles and so it's right next to the 9 of Pentacles. So I'm feeling that something is out of balance. in your life and in your career, and how you're like pulling in your abundance, like how you're pulling on what you live on, and how you sort of make your living now, job, career, like that type of realm. I'm feeling way more than like a relationship realm or something like that. So this is really talking about, does your career or what you're working on to bring in money, so call it what you want, whatever you're bringing in to support yourself, or what you're doing to support yourself, is that making you happy? Do you think that what you're doing right now is aligning with your heart? And when I say aligning with your heart, I mean aligning with who you are as a person. Does your work feed your soul? Does it energize you? Or does it just, leave you depleted and anxious and overstimulated when you're done? So some things to think about. How is your work, or how you're sustaining yourself financially, how does that really sit with you? Now, I know, Lord knows, like, we have so many different circumstances and opportunities and all of this type of thing. And I'm not trying to come at this with you can do anything you want. You can do what you love. And although I do believe that wholeheartedly, I believe that, I also believe that it's a kind of a journey, and we're all on a little bit of a journey. Like, we just don't generally, I think, like, end up doing something that we absolutely love, and then that's what we do, and when we're rich and then we're making an amazing living, like I find, and with myself, like, fuck, I'm on the journey, like, and I find that it's a process. And it's a process that you bring yourself along, and it's a personal journey to get to that point where you are supporting yourself, where you can support yourself, where you are doing things that really, really energize you and light you up. And when you're doing those things, and people are exchanging with you for them, you enter into that exchange. And that really can be anything, but I feel like it's all a state of mind, and it's all a journey. So something is really off here, roundabout way to say that something is really off here with your career and money wise. Like, is it, and something is burning you out. And although, my Lord, you have been able to keep things balanced, and you've been able to keep yourself from completely burning out into oblivion, but something, and it's not maybe something, but maybe that time is just coming to a close, and you can no longer maintain that balance. But then again, I feel like you're asking yourself, do you even want to maintain that balance anymore? Is it something that you even want to do anymore? Is it really worth it? Although you're keeping yourself up, everything's done, that kind of thing, it's exhausting. It's so exhausting. And I feel like lately you're thinking what is the point of me, this hustle, or this constant balancing act, or this constant riding the edge of burnout all the time, never really getting there, never really recovering, never really burning out, never really getting to recover, always being in this kind of spot. But that doesn't help you to grow. And it's also kind of constrictive, right? So it's also constricting your sense of inner freedom, and that sense of inner freedom that comes from being out in the world and contributing and doing the things that you love and giving them to other people, and then them giving you something in exchange, and you being able to live like that. Simply put, but it is possible. And so I'm really seeing that a new balance has to be brought back. So you are this 9 of Pentacles energy, which is that lovely lady in the garden with the hawk. Okay, side note. As I was like sitting outside trying to like relax and stuff before I did this, there was like a big bird shadow that went like directly over me. And I just think that's so cool when that happens. I feel like it's like a little blessing. So every time there's a bird shadow, it's a blessing. It's a birdie blessing. And so I looked up, and then there was a huge hawk there. And we have the red-tailed hawks around here, and I could see it so clearly, and it wasn't flying too high but not too low either, and it was really, really like, you know, it was a moment. It was definitely a moment. I was like, damn, that bird like just gliding around up there, so free. And I was like, freedom reading. And so just thought I'd mention that. Now I hope that is a hawk in the Rider-Waite Tarot, but it's, you know, some sort of trained bird of prey. And so back to that card, the imagery and the symbology in that card is that that woman, you know, despite what gender you are, you know, that doesn't really matter, is there in that garden, abundant, comfortable, has found her own thing that she's doing that has brought her this material beauty and comfort. You know, she has her hawk and she's just there, just chilling, being like, I'm all right. I know what I have to do. I'm going to do what I have to do. And everything is beautifully maintained and comfortable. Now, I don't say comfortable as in no work has to be done. You're just, you know, whatever, kicking back, doing fuck all. That's not what I mean. But comfortable as in you're surrounded by beauty and what you need. So you are free to open yourself up to creating and leveling yourself up and getting to the next level, in your evolution and in on your journey. And like this one, I think is pile number 1 is really talking about money and how you relate to that and what you're doing to bring yourself money and what you're doing to make sure all your needs are met. And this isn't like we ball in and all that type of thing. It's about having what you need, you know, to do the things that you need to do, to work on yourself and to serve yourself, therefore serving others. And so I'm really feeling that, one, you are really evaluating what you're doing to bring you money because it has been feeling like a constriction, and it's feeling that, and well, you know, it's a feeling because it's a knowing that you can't level yourself up or get to the next level where you can free yourself up a little bit, you know, so you can have more time to do the things that you love in order to level yourself up. But you feel constricted, and that your freedom is being constricted because it's so hard to break out of that constant balancing act, that space just before you burn out and just before you stop. And so pile number 1, I am really, 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 really feeling that it's just time to stop and reevaluate and really nurture and really, really take care of yourself and drop a few of those things. Honestly, just drop them. No matter what the perceived consequence may be, it's time for you to drop those things. And I'm kind of saying this adamantly, not because I'm telling you what to do, because I'm just reminding you, because you know this already and you know exactly what you need to drop. And fear will always creep up when you're about to release these things from your life, and it will creep up and give you every reason why you shouldn't drop this and drop whatever you're dealing with. And it will give you every reason to why everybody's going to be mad, or everybody's going to do this, and this is going to be this, and there's going to be a reaction, and oh my God, better not do that, or this will happen, and all that rigmarole. Like, you've been there, you heard that. Thank you, thank you, mind. Always there to remind you of every possibility. So you know what you need to drop, and you know once you do that, you will be okay, because you will have freed yourself up to bring in more love by doing what you love and loving on yourself even more than before, and having that extra time to take that longer walk, having that more time to work on that project that you've been putting off. All of that stuff, really, really important, and that is going to free you up in that aspect of your life. And I think what's going to be really common with all these readings, and this is really cool that this is coming first, is that this isn't anything external, right? Coming to free you. This is you realizing where the kink is in your life and where like things maybe aren't working, and realizing like what you can do to remedy that. And you are doing it yourself. You're freeing yourself, because that is the key. That is the key at the very depths, is you are the only person, whoever will be, whoever was, that will be able to free yourself ever throughout any direction of time. Any, like, that's just the truth. That's what it is. Only you can free yourself. And it's up to you to do it on your time, at your timing, at your pace. That's your thing. That's your decision to do. That's up to you. No one or no thing is going to come along and do it. So now that you are really, like, you're really sure of that now, because fuck, I just wanted to remind you that, you know, this is you. This is all you. Your choices, your decisions, and you are freeing yourself. So if I can now move on to the rest of the two cards. So you have an inner tower moment, the tower in reverse. An inner tower moment that leads to this Two of Cups in reverse, self-love, giving yourself that cup, filling up your inner cup every day, every single day. Because I'm telling you, man, that cup, there are holes in that cup. You may not be able to see them, but every one of these fucking cups that we have, there are holes in them, and the liquid does not stay. It just is pouring out. It's pouring out all the time. So what I'm saying is that it's important to do whatever you need to do to fill your cup every single day. And when you free yourself up to do those things, you know exactly what those things are. Then you increase the freedom available to you. It's all at your fingertips. You've had it all along. You always will have it. You will increase the freedom, the sense of freedom, the sense of movement in your life that you need right now in order to get yourself to the next level. Now, I'm going to draw out a couple Rider-Waite cards. Let's just maybe clarify with like two of them. And we'll just see what additional messages or just anything else that would like to come through for beautiful pile number one. Okay. So one card there, and then this one. So we have, oh my fucking God. Love tarot, man. I love tarot. Right? This is now the Nine of Pentacles, but it's upright. It's coming. It's like, this is so cool because this has been stewing around. Like, you know exactly what you need to do. And I am absolutely honored to be in your corner encouraging you. Because this is upright. We had in a reversed. But this coming up as upright is just showing us and like screaming at us that you know what your thing is. You know what you need to drop. You know exactly what you need to do to free yourself up so you're free to spiral on to the next level where you know you are going. It's done already. You may have been working on it and like, or just, you know, because it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. It's not easy work to do any of this. So you may be in the process, and let this just be your encouragement. Feel the gratitude. It is already done. It is already done, and you have this. You have this. Oh my God. Oh, I love tarot. Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is in reverse because this is all kind of getting you back to this pure place of unencumbered, free creation and freeness for you to follow what your heart has set out for you to follow. It's there for you to follow Your path is there, and you know, Lord knows you know what you've got to do, and you have these ideas. But now that you're freeing yourself up, have freed yourself, whatever tense you want to say it, now that you're freeing yourself up in order to do this work, you're just getting yourself to the next level. You're riding those wands. That sounds dirty. Sometimes I don't know what the fuck comes out of my mouth when I come to do this. But like, when I said riding those wands, I kind of meant like the momentum, like a witch's broom, okay? So you're like riding those wands into the next level, like off of this plateau, and in the process of freeing yourself up, you're actually going to replenish that energy, right? Fill that cup. You're going to be able to replenish that on a daily basis because you have more time, more space in your life to focus on yourself, to focus on your self-love cups. They're so beautiful, right? To focus on all of this beauty and abundance and this wonderful work that you're doing. So pile number 1, increasing freedom in your life. You know exactly what you got to do. Drop those things, drop those people, drop those habits, drop those other jobs, those things that you think that you need to do or you feel that you're obligated to do but don't actually serve you. They only exhaust you. You drop that shit out. You realize your thing. You appreciate all of this gorgeousness that you have around you. You are free to level yourself up and to create, and that is amazing. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it, and hopefully see you next time. Mwah. Pile number 1. These were your cards. This is your 2 of Pentacles. Your double 9 of Pentacles. Ooh, Page of Wands, Tower reversed, and 2 of Cups. 2 of self-love cups. Thank you again. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Oh my God, just the most annoying thing ever. Can't help myself, but welcome to your reading. And yeah, let's get started. Let's see what you got. All right, so we have 4 Carrie Yale Visconti, and then I will clarify. He was your crystal. And then I'm going to clarify with the Rider-Waite, Pamela Coleman Smith. Okay, so the first card, girl, guy, child, you got the devil in reverse next to the sun. That's crazy. And we have, okay, the Lady Knight of Pentacles. And, oh, cool. And the male Knight of Pentacles. So the 2, and the Carrie Yale Visconti, for the pages and for the knights, there's like a male and female one. So it's pretty cool that you got both of them, both pentacles. Okay, so straight off the bat, man, freedom in your life. Freedom is coming from you releasing your attachments. Straight, like it's so straight. You releasing your attachments and your addictive patterns and unconscious patterns and anything under the umbrella of the devil, you know? The self-sabotaging, whatever keeps us chained. Now, it's nothing. It's the shadow, our shadow, you know? It's whatever keeps us chained and bound, but with everything devilish, we have the key within our hearts, and we have the key to unbind everything, to detach, to heal. Each of us contain those healing energies, and you contain the blueprint within yourself to go deep inside and to heal those things. And it is not easy. It may take over, like, you know, I can speak for myself, like, sometimes the lessons that come from that devil, knowing the things that you need to release, sometimes it can take you fucking 50 goddamn times, not even to even get somewhere, you know what I mean? It takes time. And it takes patience. So when you are working through this extremely important work for your self-development, so important. So congratulations to you for stepping into this power and doing this work. And you know, when you're dealing with this devil energy, the last thing you need to do is to begin to judge yourself, or to try and hurry up the process, or to rush yourself. And that only leads to, may I say, further entrapment, further self-entrapment, further entrapment with the devil, you know, because it's not helping anybody. First of all, I just want to remind you that you are doing this good, beautiful, heart-centered work to elevate yourself. And when you elevate yourself, you elevate everybody around you and everything around you. But it first starts with you, right? So when you're elevating yourself and when you're doing this work, just side note, just try and be aware when you start to judge your progress or perceived lack of progress, or you start to judge yourself being like, well, why can't I just do this? Why can't I just do this now? Why is it taking me 5 times and I still can't do it? Like, for example, things like that. No. Just be aware and just kind of watch yourself when that type of thing comes up, because it's just, you know, it's like the devil itself, right? It's an illusion. It's an illusion of something external holding you down, whereas the whole time it's an inner thing. Like, the calls are coming from, and they have always came from, the inside of the house. But that's great news, right? Because that is the only thing that you have control over, that you can heal. You can heal yourself. You can do this. You can rid yourself of these attachments, but nobody else, this is such a theme, and it's so to do with freedom, nobody else or nothing is going to be able to do that, is going to be able to provide that freedom. And God damn it, that's going to feel so good when you, so, you know, when you start living free of these devilish attachments, when you start living free and your life starts changing and you're doing more things that you love or discovering more things that you love, you'll never, that's the bread and butter that will sustain those decisions and allow you to integrate over a long period of time and help you. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense. I just got so wrapped up in this devilish energy because it's just so strong, you guys. It's just such a powerful feeling I'm getting of this release, those heavy, rusty, painful old fucking chains that are just there. They're always there. They're always making noise. They're always clanging. They're always fucking irritating. They're gone. They're gone now. You're just freedom and light and just, it's beautiful. And it's the sun. Like, this energy here, you know, the devil, we release the devil, and then the sun comes out, which is like, it's a night and day. The sun comes out and invigorates you and warms you, but it's the inner sun. Sorry, I didn't want to get scandalous there. It's the inner sun that comes out and shines. Ooh, it shines out. Like, let your soul glow. Let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Yeah. Just let your soul glow. So, freedom. Freedom is coming. Freedom is happening in multiple areas of your life because you're releasing those things. And I'm going to say it because I always do, which do not serve, that don't serve you, that hinder you, that hold you back, that dim your light, that are not helping you. Although they may be comfortable or, you know, comfortable and easy to do, and you can fall into the pattern of doing that, you know it's only going to erode you. And you know that the life that you see for yourself and the life that you want for yourself will never be yours. unless you rid yourself of these things, you know. And I feel like you're finally realizing that kind of like do or die moment, that it's just going to be you who's going to be able to provide the wonderful life that you want for yourself. It's not going to be given to you. It's going to be given to you because you are doing and co-creating and doing the work to free yourself from what doesn't serve you, you know. And I can say lower vibrational influences and devilish things that we all have. We are all here in the 3D. We all deal with this. This is what we deal with. But we can just wallow around in the mud, or we can become a lotus, right? Shoot right up through that mud. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Until the sun comes out. And then I just held myself back from saying by golly, and I was like, I shouldn't do that. I won't censor myself, guys. I'm sorry. And by golly, when that sun comes to shine out, we have two very important messengers on their way. We have the Lady Pentacles. See her right here, so beautiful. Aren't these cards so gorgeous? I'm fucking obsessed. I love them. So the Lady Knight and the male knight there. And this Lady Knight here, all of this fertility, all of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, all this beautiful fertility. You know, her horse is the green, her gown is this green, she's got gold, this is a sunburst, she's holding the sun, and she's offering that. My God, you have so much to offer. Those ideas and what you want to do and what you're channeling and what you're bringing through into the world is such a beautiful gift of light. It already is a beautiful gift because your friends and your family and those who are close to you kind of know this. But you are being asked now to bring this out a little bit more, right? To bring this out to more people. You have a lot of light and you can help a lot of people. And I'm really getting from this Lady Knight of Pentacles she's just out there and she's just offering this beautiful, these ideas, these healing energies, this guys, I mean, it could be anything. It could be like a business idea, but I'm really feeling like you have something to offer, something you can give people or make something, like using the material world, you know, like using that in order to throw your light around and to give your gifts to other people. And because you have this masculine and feminine aspect and this double knight thing going on, so I'm feeling that it's really like a really powerful giving and receiving energy. And it's also, it's just okay, so it's powerful in the fact that you're there to give it, and you give it freely, and you give it thanklessly, because that's the kind of beautiful person that you are. But this other male, it's really showing me that because it's balanced, it's going to be something that's really reciprocal. People will come to you, you will go to them, you will give, you know, or serve, give, whatever kind of word you want to use, your light, and in exchange, that natural harmonious exchange with the universe. Not like, well, you don't get what I have because you can't give me anything. Like, not that at all. Like this natural harmony, like this natural give and take, receiving blessings, this kind of thing, like is really like gonna fucking hit you, man. Like, so many people want to give to you, and you want to give to so many, because you are so just like, you're like bursting at this bursting sun child who just wants to give so much of what they have and what they can do and what they can make. And that is just going to attract other people who are the same as you, are going to be like, like that same sort of energy. And that's just going to be insane when that starts popping off. So more freedom in your life is coming to you from you releasing attachments, um, what doesn't serve, what dims your light. Now, this is especially important here with this reading, I believe, with this sun and with this double pentacle energy. This light, this sun that you have, do not dim it. And there's so many of us, we are just walking around there just fucking dim little bulbs because we're too afraid, too fearful of what will happen when you just let it out. What will happen when you let your soul glow? And I think that you're starting to really ask yourself this question, but ask yourself this question again. What is really going to happen if you cease and desist that dimming of your light? I'm going to serve you right now with a cease and desist verbal notification, please. Stop dimming your light. What do you think is going to happen? What do you perceive is happening? Just go inside and see what pops up for you. And I can imagine the answer, you're going to be like, that's bullshit. That doesn't make any sense. That's just pure fear talking, Because I really think you've been going inside and really examining why and what some of the reasons are. Maybe some, going back to the childhood days, because that's where most of this stuff springs up when we don't want to shine our light. It's not even like we don't want to. It's like we can't, or we're stuck, we're blocked for whatever reason. So all of these attachments, while they may seem maybe separate, or you could group them into, well, this doesn't serve me, I need to release it. But it's something beautiful and bigger going on, because those things are exactly what you need to detach from, they're what you need to free yourself from in order for your light to shine. And I guarantee, when you're out in the world just shining that light, just blazing, just burning people's retinas, when you're out just blazing, you are going to feel a sense of freedom like no other, because for so long you felt caged. You didn't feel free, because how could you feel free and safe in the world if you can't even shine your natural light? I'm so sorry. Now, feeling that way for so long, do you imagine when you finally let it rip, what it's going to be like that no more dimmer, turn the dimmer switch and you just push it up. It's maximum. The maximum, so much that the bulb breaks. It just breaks it. And it's just this gorgeous light. And you are going to feel so free and so unencumbered and just free to be out there and to do what you know that you are here to do and what you need to do. That's so exciting. Oh my god, it's just like a tsunami of light. It's so, I can just see it, I can feel it, it is so powerful. It's actually thank you, because the energy is insane. It's insane. You're just so bright and so beautiful, and it's just gonna be so unstoppable. And it's the thing is you don't you have an infinite. I can even feel my heart brighten right now talking to you. You have an infinite amount of light, so it's not like you're gonna just reach that plateau point and just stop shining. No, you'll never stop shining. You'll just get more and more and more and more, because you are infinite light, my dear. So let's clarify this with a couple Rider-Waite, Pamela Coleman Smiths, just to see if we can get any more messages. Is there any more messages you would like for us to know? Spirit. Okay, so that was kind of a weird shuffle, but it did flip up, so I'm going to put it down. And it is the Ace of Cups. So I'm going to do 2 cards to clarify this. Oh, I got my deck all messed up. So we're going to do another one. So the Ace of Cups, I mean, I don't know what could be more appropriate than that card. The Ace of Cups, that that love light. Like, we're talking so much about you shining your light, but what is that? That's love, man. It's love. It's love energy, because you got so much of this beautiful energy that you have to give to yourself in order for you to give to others. But you just have so much, like, it's so much, it's like overwhelming me right now. You have so much of this beautiful energy, and it's there to give, my Lord, honey, and you have it in such abundance, and like are able to fill your cup, fill it, fill it, fill it, fill it, fill it so much that you can always give. And like when you release this devil and these devils and release, get them off, when you get those devils off of your shoulder and get them out of your ear, it's just going to be a whole new level. It's going to be a whole new level. And also, too, this will just prepare you, because it's just a never-ending process, right? We're always going to have to do that work and shed and work with our shadow and work with our attachments to really understand how we can best serve ourselves so we can be the best for other people. Now, next to the Ace of Cups. Okay, yeah. 9 of Wands. Look at this. And it's kind of like going back. Like, I hardly remember what I even said earlier in this reading. You know how it goes. And so, but I'm really feeling like this is like really almost done, right? This is the ending. You're completing that. You are gathering those wands. Oh my God, it's been a journey. You're like a little bit beat up, and you've like, you know, because you're in that process of like really diving deep and going in there and like clearing out all of that stuff so you can grow, so you can be free to shine and to grow and to pursue the things that you need to without any devil energy or anything holding you back. And it can be like a totally exhausting journey. And I think I said earlier that it doesn't make sense to jump into judgment and like to constantly like judge, or like to constantly judge like your journey, to release all of your devilish energies and to work with your shadow and to release what does not serve. And this really is just kind of reminding me with this 9 here that, you know, just take the journey day by day, 1 foot at a time. The path will illuminate, and like don't waste your energy. Don't waste your energy like overanalyzing what you're doing, how long it's taking, being like, oh, maybe I should have done this instead of done that, and it's just a waste of your energy completely. But you need all your energy right now to continue to do your work and to release what you don't need to release. And then you got a little energy saved up so you can do the things you love. Therefore, that'll fill your cup and allow you more energy to release the things that you need to release. You know, it's that kind of thing. So, you know, it's beautiful, because this is what's up. This is what it is. You got the Sun, you got this Ace of Cups. My Lord, you've been through it on this journey with these 2 Knights of Pentacles, Lady and Man, Knight of Pentacles. You know, you have so much to give and so much to receive, because you're such a beautiful golden light. I just added gold in that because, like, you are this golden light, and thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. And thank you again for tuning in to this reading. I hope and pray that it helped you. And thank you so much. Keep shining. Don't dim. Okay, so these were your cards, group number 2. You got this Devil, the Sun, this beautiful Ace of Cups, 9 of Wands, been through it, going through it, almost done. And then, let me zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. These 2 beautiful, beautiful Knights. Can I focus that a little bit more? Look at how gorgeous they are. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, group number 3. Group number 3, so this is your reading. And let's just get right into this, shall we? So we have 4 Cariel Visconti, which I will then clarify with the Rider-Waite Pamela Coleman Smith. So let us just get started. So first card, Charity. Pretty Charity. And that is next to, yeah, it's Charity. Okay. They're in the Carrie Yale Visconti. I need to make a video about this, but there's hope, faith, and charity. So those are the individual cards, and that's kind of one of the many things that makes it a little bit different than the Rider-Waite. But sometimes it'll take me a second, but this one is charity. And I'll show you the card because it's actually one of my favorites because it's hilarious. So, okay, so we have Charity. And then next to Charity, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. Freedom. Freedom! Sorry, I don't want to like burn out my throat. Trying to scream like fucking Mel Gibson. Okay, so then after this we have the Six of Pentacles, and that one it's reversed. So like this is what the Six of Pentacles looks like. So before I realized that you could tell whether it was reverse, if there was like a single one, that's when you know it's reversed because that would be on top. I really have to like look really closely at the coins to see if I can identify the horse and rider and whether that's upright or not. So that's why I'm kind of like just really looking at it because I don't want to fuck up. I want to get it right for you. And the last one is the Ace of Pentacles, and that is upright. Okay, so we got some Pentacles energies, and we have Charity and the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, okay, so, you know, I'm really getting that something has got you like stuck and a bit immobile in life. And although, you know, because of the circumstances in the world today, you know what I mean? A lot of us have had a lot of extra time to slow down and to reevaluate and to rediscover and reprioritize like what's important in our lives and what we want to maybe get rid of, or, you know, how we really like what we really need. So I feel like you have had that time to really like examine yourself and to really like do some like life maintenance. But because this Four of Swords is reversed, it's giving me the sense that this energy has been continued on when it really shouldn't have. So what I mean is that sometimes it can be really like overwhelming when we're really like looking at what we want to change, and it can be an excuse sometimes to stay in the mindset of like, oh, I'm making changes, I'm like doing kind of work, I'm doing my inner work right now, I can't do this, I can't do anything else, I don't have time, like I need to finish. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we can kind of like elude ourselves. Now, I hope you don't think I'm speaking harshly. Like I've done this before, like to myself, like a lot. So that's why like I can speak this candidly about it. And I'm not trying to be like, you da 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 da. I'm just kind of like showing you from my experience, like what can happen. So when I'm like might use some harsh words, that's just why. And so, we can use that kind of self-work mindset as an excuse to not jump into what we need to be doing in the moment. And we can take too much time in the name of self-work and, going inside, self-work, going inside and doing those things. We can really use that as an excuse to not step out into the world, because you'll start to overjudge yourself. And then it's like, when will you ever be ready? When will you ever be ready to step out in the world? When you're a perfectly ascended master? Is that when it's time? Or is it time when you've given yourself an appropriate time to, do the self-work, extra self-care, sleep, like all of those things, But sometimes it's straight up fear, okay? Straight up fear. And I'm really kind of getting this undercurrent here, that what always seems to be the source of holding back our freedom is our fear. And this is a fear of stepping out and giving the world what you are here to give the world. And I hope this makes sense. I'm trying to be clear, but in the name of doing self-work, or, like fixing the things you want to do in your life, or, okay, an example just popped in my head. Say like, you started this workout routine. Is this situation, so like if you worked out every day for, okay, how's this analogy gonna work? Let me rescue this, guys. Let me rescue this. So let's say you started to work out, but instead of just like leaving the house every day and doing your own thing, you literally told yourself that you were not going to leave the house until you had a 12-pack of abs, and like all the other muscles in gigantic quantities. However they quantify that these days, I don't know. It's exactly what you're doing with the self-work thing. Like, it's just a little bit day at a time, day in, day out. And then you still have to interact with the world. You can't cut yourself off from, one, the things that you need to be doing and the people that love you, but not out of obligatory reasons, but because, you love them, and you guys have a positive exchange of energy when you met. I feel like I'm getting off the topic, but oh my God, I'm just feeling that it's just time to step out. It's time to step back out into the world, and because literally, like, you had everything you needed the whole time, and this is just a perception. This is a perception that comes from fear that you don't have enough to give to people, and that you're not ready to step out into your work, and that you're not good enough to do the work in your soul mission and the work that your heart is telling you need to do, because your heart has been telling you, and you have been listening. You have been hearing that call. You've been hearing the call, but you're telling yourself that you're not ready. But when will you be ready? If you were to indulge that, when would you be ready? You would never be ready. That's the end. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to get to. You'll never be ready if you listen to that voice. You're ready now. You always have been. You always will be. It's a perspective, and there's freedom in that choice. There's freedom in that choice when you just are like, okay, I'm ready, and I know, and I have faith in myself that if something comes up that I have to deal with, that I have the knowledge and the foundation and the skills and everything that I need to deal with it. I am ready. I'm ready. You are so ready. Okay, this is the Charity card. Like, I hope you can see it clearly, but she's got this little sweet child upon her titty who is just voraciously suckling all the time because she's Charity. She gives thanklessly. She gives and she gives and she gives. She does not know when to stop giving. But although she doesn't know when to stop giving, she will turn a little bit bitter if she feels like what she's giving is not being appreciated or taken advantage of. Hence, the burning black cast iron pan in her hand. Now, it just calls it a vessel in just the descriptions of the cards, but it looks to me like a cast iron pan. And like, look, I don't know like how well you can see this or how much I can zoom in. Like, I don't want to screw the focus up because I'm using my phone, but like, she has the most insane side eye you ever see. And she's holding up a burning pan, and like, there's this like dude down here. You're like, oh no, don't pan me, like, don't pan me. And she's like, I'll fucking pan you. You don't appreciate me. So this card is just like, I think, Charity is benevolent and, and giving, but she knows when she's not appreciated. And often too, I find I'm kind of getting a message here that often you did give to a lot of sources that weren't appreciated, and this left you with a feeling of shame, and this added to the feelings that you had that fed into that fearful lie that you told yourself, that you weren't good enough to do this work, or it can't possibly be your destiny, you can't possibly be what I'm meant to do, like I'm not good enough, I can't do that, and all those types of messages, because so often, we really have to learn lessons like this along our journeys, and it's crazy to say, but like a lot of the times, we give to people and to causes, things like whatever, that don't appreciate, and that's not reciprocal. That's not appreciating. Like, and then it just, what does that make you feel like at the end of the day? Like really shitty. And it makes you question, like, is what I have to give really worthy of giving? Is it just shit? Am I just giving shit? Oh, like, am I good enough? Am all I capable of doing is giving shit? And then that ends up being a spiral, and that ends up being a fear pattern, and that constricts your freedom, because you feel alive and free when you are giving genuinely what you need to give. And this will come, but this is just, learnings along the journey. I always said like learning and journey in one, but it's coming with the lesson that what you have, first of all, you are worthy. What you have to give is from your soul. It's the ultimate gift. It's so worthy. It's like the definition of worthiness. And you are worthy of a beautiful and a great, great destiny. But you have to believe that yourself. You have to give yourself permission to live in that attitude and in that sense of freedom. Okay. So over here with the the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, right? So this is like really, really, really a journey of reevaluating and, reevaluating and some analyzing on the past, which, is good to a certain point, but after a while is just, useless, and oftentimes can just turn into hurtful thoughts. And so you're reevaluating what it is you want to give, and how you want to deliver that message, because you have a message, you have something really great to give and to offer people, really, really uniquely yours and your thing. And because of the past, and this is not bad, but I guess the past and like those bitter experiences of you giving and not being appreciated, and like to the extreme walked on, like more than not being appreciated, like walked on, criticized, not from a loving place, but from like criticized by shitty people, and just used, like all those things that are just not very nice, but really like teach us lessons on how to protect and preserve our gifts and our energy, and who to give them to, and it's like when you are honoring the beautiful gifts that you have that are uniquely yours, when you honor them, automatically you will know intuitively where they go and where to give them, where they will be honored, and that's just a hurdle. That's a hurdle, because when we're not feeling worthy within ourselves, then often we'll create those scenarios where we do give our light to others that use us. And we only do that to reinforce that pattern that we picked up, that we are unworthy. You see what I mean? So what you're doing right now is you're freeing yourself from those obligations and those patterns of unworthiness. Yes, those patterns of unworthiness, that's what you're freeing yourself from. And you're really reevaluating this exchange with other people, and exchange with society, and maybe even realizing with this Ace of Pentacles that you really can do something bigger with this. You can take this further, like what you kind of are doing on the down low, or like hobby-ish kind of thing, because you do love it, but you always were obligated to do other things. Like, that's like, you don't have to do that anymore. You're starting to realize that you really can put all of your energy, and you can invest yourself into what you're doing and into what you're giving. And when you have, you know, that time, and when you're doing the work and investing in yourself like that, you really start to realize and to see and to feel the worthiness of yourself and your gifts and what you are offering. And then automatically and intuitively, your gifts will go to people that they can serve, and people who will appreciate them, people who will accept with so much gratitude these things that you do. But it's only because you have first realized that you're worthy yourself that would happen. You know, this isn't going to happen like, okay, you're just automatically going to start, giving your shit to people who are really grateful, and that's going to make you feel good. No, you are going to make yourself feel good, because you will realize that natural. You will remember how worthy you are, because you've known all along, but for reasons we need to be reminded. And so I'm really seeing that this is really good. Like, it's been shitty, but I mean all necessary to fortify you to the next level, because I feel like you're really taking like what you love to do, and you're taking it to a higher level where you can reach more people, and where you can bring in more abundance for yourself, and you can really free up yourself to just be and to live in worthiness. And that, my friend, is just going to be one of the source of this ultimate senses of freedom and abundance in your life. So let's clarify this with 2 cards. Yeah. It's really powerful, though. It's really powerful. Okay, so let's pick up 2. All right, so we have the Knight of Pentacles. Right on. Right? I'm not even, hold on before I flip over the other one. It's been a long time coming. Then this Knight is the slowest one, but this one is the most stable one. What you are creating right now is steady. It is long term. It's got roots. It has a foundation that will never be able to be pushed over by anything or anyone. Only you. Or only you, and maybe Mother Nature. But what you are building, and what you are reevaluating and reimagining, and then actually going out onto the horse and creating and building, is very long lasting, and will bring you plenty of, it will bring you a lot of abundance. And that's because you have done all of this work and freed yourself up to remember your natural state of worthiness. You are so worthy. You are so worthy of a beautiful life, for your gifts and your talents and your light to be accepted and loved with gratitude. You are worthy of all of those things. And you'll see, when you are living like that, And once that clicks, and which it has, you'll really, really be able to tell the difference. And like this idea of what you're doing is really powerful. Oh, yeah. And this really makes me, these two cards together, which was, you got, so yeah, the Knight, right? The Knight and the Page with the Ace. Like, this is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is like, this is a very powerful idea. And it's powerful because it's based on like your heart and your soul, you know, and what you love and what you know. And so those ideas are emerging and you're acting on them. Like, my God, let me just say this again. The Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. Like, all that energy, you know what I mean? The spark, the inspiration, the ideas, the plan, the actual plan to lay the groundwork. You have that. You have everything that you need to go out on your horse and to just go. You're probably, I mean, you're doing it now. Like, you have everything that you need. The universe has prepared you and was just waiting for you to remember how worthy you are. And, you know, shit's just popping off now. And you're creating that freedom in your life, you know? And you've stopped holding yourself back and holding back your light and just kind of existing in this spot of unworthiness and I can't do this and that. Like, that is done and over with. You know what I mean? You've got your cast iron pan, you're on the horse, and you are going. And you even have a tiny baby still sucking on your titty because you are charity and you are always here to help and to give. And that is one of the most beautiful, 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 beautiful energies to inhabit, you know? So this is really beautiful. Thank you so, so, so much for watching this. And I pray it really, really, really was helpful. So thank you so much again. Mwah. Please don't hit me with that pan if you didn't like this reading. Okay, so here are your cards. I'm going in close on this. Okay, I just want to I want you to see this face. There, you see that side eye? Like, oh my God, it's so funny. So there we go. So we had Charité, and we had the Four of Swords. Clarified with these two Pentacle people, Knight and Page. Then we had the Seven of Pentacles and the beautiful Ace of Pentacles. Go on with it. Hello, hello. Group number 4. Group number 4. This will be your reading. I'm so sorry. I always feel kind of like slightly bad for the last groups because it's like, I feel like by the end of it, my voice is like harsh. But I mean, I still got energy. We are still here. We are reading these cards. So thank you for joining me here. Group number 4, we have 4 Carrie Yale cards, which we will clarify with the Rider-Waite Pamela Coleman Smith. All right, let's go. So we have the 7 of Swords upright. Yes. We have the 9 of Cups upright. And the 2 of Swords reversed. And the sorry, 8 of Cups. Here I'm like, my counting is like so fast. Okay, so the 7 of Swords. Just want to tune into that for a second. Oh, okay. So, yeah, the 7 of Swords has, this is kind of as, I'm getting the feeling that there's just been like so much in the past bit of time, so much starting and stopping and like getting into situations, and that can be with people, that can be with jobs, like anything really. Getting into situations where you quickly realize that you're like, why the fuck am I in this situation? Why did I get myself into this situation? Why did I think this was a good idea to do this kind of thing? Or why did I think this would work when I know that my intuition was warning me and giving me red flag after red flag. But I still pushed forward and decided to do this thing despite my best inner knowing. Okay? So that type of energy, that has been going along, that's been happening a lot. And you just don't desire that pattern anymore. And of course, like, why would you? You know what I mean? And like going in and looking inside and being like, well, why am I always starting these things? And then escaping or like ghosting that person, or just like leaving that job, or just like having to remove myself because things just took a weird ass turn, you know? And often that can happen when we ignore red flags, or with this 9 of Cups right beside it, when we want something so badly because we've created this idea within ourselves, this, you know, oftentimes quite illusionary idea that this thing is the end all, this thing is the be all, and this is all that I want, and this will give me everything I've ever wanted and lead to my ultimate happiness. Like putting that much pressure and putting that much into a thing, you know, and then when you are, you know, seeing that thing with the Pollyanna glasses and like the rose-colored glasses, and when you're not looking at something critically because you want it so bad, or you're so emotionally invested that this is the end-all be-all, then you will put up with things that you know that you shouldn't, and you will ignore things that you know you shouldn't ignore just because you are feeling that this thing, because it's so amazing and you're so sure that it's so amazing that it's worth this struggle. But as of lately, you have had time to kind of reevaluate how this kind of pattern has showed up in your lives, you know, exactly like what I was saying. It can show up with people, it can show up with work, it can show up and pop up. And so you're really looking at why you have a tendency to kind of go against your inner knowing and go against your intuition, and also to put so much stock into something external. So putting that much stock into something external is like chasing something all the time, right? And so whatever you're chasing doesn't go right, you know, feel shitty, you pick yourself up, you heal from it, but you still continue to chase because it's not really. So when you heal from it, you heal from the latest blow, but you're not really like healing from the overall wound. You know, it's like the thing is infected and it's just healing over. It's healing over, and you keep ripping it open. And yeah, and because this is sort of a pattern that you are actively realizing is a pattern, so that's awesome, because you're realizing that you have the full power, you can totally fix this, it's under your grasp, it's under your control to work with your intuition, to work with your heart, and to work with the universe to heal these things and heal these tendencies, because I have a feeling you don't want to do this shit anymore, and you realize it's kind of not really doing yourself a service, and you're not really clicking into the situations that are really good for you and that your intuition and your heart are leading you towards. So, having said all that, with the 2 of Swords in reverse right beside, and that one next to the 7 of Cups, it's like this side as well is telling me that it's been going on for a long time, because it's almost like you've been blinded to all of these beautiful options in front of you. Like, you know, can you imagine the 7 of Cups? So this is what it looks like in this Carrie Yale. But you know, in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's the 7 cups, and it's like all this stuff is in them, like anything you could desire, and it's overwhelming sometimes, because it's like, and I know that sometimes you feel really overwhelmed because you see all of these options, and you know that, you know, you're probably like quite a jack of all trades, and you're really good at a lot of things, like really good at a lot of things, and you can do like a lot of different things, but it's only like some things that were really aligned and are really like good for you. Like they feed you, they give you energy, they don't deplete you, you know? It's like you can still be really good at something, and it can really fucking deplete you. It can really exhaust you, you know? But when you're listening and you're following to your heart, into your and you're listening to your intuition, which is like what maybe the best and most what's the word, I was gonna say critical, but precise, one of the precise kind of tools and technologies that we have to come into alignment with what is for us, with what is written for us, and with what really serves us. The heart knows, like, you know. And when you've been out of that spot for so long where you're not listening to yourself, it really you feel like a lot of ways, and you pick up a lot of feelings along the journey that really like weigh you down, and really weigh on your freedom, your sense of freedom, and really add more fear and doubt into your like consciousness every day. And freedom here, I think, it's almost like the universe or spirit or your higher self, like however you want to put it, is really inviting you to free yourself by listening to your heart and listening to your intuition, and using that as a navigation tool for your life. Like really using that as maybe even your one and only like navigation tool, because you know it's the best one for us. It knows it's always right. It's always right. And you know, we on our journeys and as people, like, you know, we have our mind and we have other things influencing us, and all the shit coming at you from society and other people and the people that you're close to who you want to listen to and all this type of thing. And it's really hard to like really know what your intuition is telling you, whether it's just your mind talking to you or something else you picked up along the journey, you know. And so I feel like you're really being called to listen to yourself more, but to actively listen, but more than that, to act on those hits and those messages, and then those intuitive leanings, I guess, that you get is listening to them, but then acting on them. Because I find with myself that's like one way that I've learned, or I'm learning to differentiate between like whether it's like an ego thing or a mind thing or just something else, is like I act on it and then kind of see what happens or see how I feel. And that's one thing that really helped me. It's like, how do you feel after you've done something that your intuition has told you to do, or you've listened to something? And that can be like literally as like mundane as like, what should I order on this menu? It's like everything, which is really cool. So I was like, what kind of ice cream should I get today? Down to like, you know, down to like a way huger like existential decision. So just start off small with like really small things, with food or like a task or like maybe like an exercise or like a yoga class or whatever you're into. Start to test the waters that way and see if you feel energized and calm and peaceful and loving after you've made those decisions, and relaxed and good. You know, you feel good and like relaxed and not doubtful, fearful, like overstimulated. And then when I say like energized, I mean like energized with that natural pure energy, which is not overstimulating, you know. Whereas sometimes we can be energized but can be overstimulated. You know what I mean? Like you drank that whole coffee and like you're energized, but you're just on the edge a little bit. It's uncomfortable. Like you know, not that. And so, you know, all that rigmarole aside, I'm feeling that you are really starting to act on your intuition and to follow your intuition. So more than listening, the next step is following. And that is what is really going to be the key to freedom in your life, you know, for the time being. Because once you're going to build up a momentum, like once you start following and you start, you know, feeling good and feeling in your flow and feeling in your heart and feeling, you know, energized in that really healthy, peaceful kind of way. And then, you know, you can just be out there in the world doing your work, doing your things, doing your, you know, stuff you got to do to maintain your life, but you're doing it from this whole other state of being, which is a complete game changer. And it's because you've taken, you know, like the Two of Swords, it's someone in the Rider-Waite with the two swords, like very guarded, but blind too, and not really moving. You know, they're not doing much. Sure, they're guarded, but they're not like, what are you doing? Like, is that all life is? So you're really going to be able to discover and like really cultivate this beautiful sense of freedom in your life, because, you know, you're following your soul and following your heart, and the more you do that, like the better you feel, you know, and the better decisions. And I promise you, the more your life will improve, and your life will only be improving because of the changes that you make. You know, it's not because of some external thing coming in. It's nothing like that. This is just like, I am just reminding you of what you already know right now. And this is your intuition and your source speaking to you and helping you to better your life, which is really you bettering your life. You know what I mean? And so that is going to lead to this beautiful sense of freedom. Like, where can't you go? What can you not do when you are feeling your heart and you're aligned and you're like making those decisions and you're acting on them? And I'm just going to say this. Sometimes it's like we have to be prepared to like listen to our inner voice, like listen to it, hear it out, but then act on it. Acting on it is really hard because sometimes, like, well, okay, a lot of the times our hearts will ask us to be courageous and to do things that, thank you, to do things that we're scared of or that we're fearful of or that will put us out there, you know, put us out there in the spotlight. And so, yeah, it's like a challenging thing because you might be thinking to yourself, you're like, oh my God, like I cannot do that. Like what the, like, no. But just, you know, when you start taking those risks in doing that, and that's when that, you know, that really pays off because you're taking a risk in the direction of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, and that'll always work out. Whether you do actually fall on your face or you do, you know, not. You know, it's all part of the journey. And that's it. So let me, okay, shuffle a little bit more. Ooh. So we're going to clarify with two cards this spread here. So let's see. Okay, so two cards to clarify. Any other messages we should love to know? So we have, okay, we have the Two of Cups. Okay, and we have the Emperor. Okay, so I'm feeling that these cards are really summing this up because the Two of Cups is, you know, traditionally maybe a couple's card, and it's like an equal exchange and that type of thing, and it can be a relationship that is quite different. than a relationship that would be sort of a Seven of Swords energy, right? Seven of Swords energy would be maybe a relationship. This Seven of Swords with the Nine of Cups, so this energy would kind of be like, you meet someone and like, oh my God, a day into it, you're like, oh my God, this person is perfect. Or you put them on a pedestal. And they just do thing after thing. It doesn't have to be like they're smacking you around, but they do things that don't jive with you. They do things that don't, serve you. And that's just anything with any couple. Like, the person who you're with has to serve you in love, and you serve them, you know what I'm saying? Like, and everyone's like a little different, and some people's styles clash. So it's like, in the Seven of Swords with the Nine of Cups energy, that's definitely, that's that kind of thing. And you find the problems popping up and fights, and then you find that it's just so shitty, like it just degrades to such a situation that you're just like, I need to get the fuck out of here, like right now. Like, it's an abrupt ending. Like, the guy's like sneaking out of the army camp. He's like, peace, let me just grab my shit and I'm gonna fucking go, because like I can't anymore. Like, you're no more like getting into situations where you reach your absolute max and just have to be like, fuck this, I'm out, this is horrible, like I can't do this no mo. Like, you're not gonna be living in that extreme anymore. And okay. The Two of Cups, like, I feel is coming out here, because if you start to follow your intuition, listening and following and all that kind of good stuff, you really like improve your life from the inside out. Therefore, you would be open to more healthy reciprocal relationships if that's something that you desire. And this could also be a healthy relationship within yourself with, body and mind, heart and mind. It's a good equal, like a working together. So this could be one of those two things. And actually, really, it is both. We're not open to those beautiful, reciprocal, healthy relationships where we can serve each other and grow as people if we're not serving ourselves, and constantly growing and in balance with ourselves, So I think that's something that can really open up for you. And really everything and anything will. Like, when you start living like this, and I think because you've looked back, hindsight's everything, and you've looked back on those situations that have panned out because you have listened and acted, and now you're free now to keep on following that and to keep seeing results and all that kind of thing, so you can continue on your journey. Now, the Emperor with this is just really telling me that this is just going to solidify you in your foundation as this, you already are this beautiful, effervescent, like, beautiful, shining soul. Like, you already are, you have been, you already are, you already will be, you are. But you are becoming solid in that knowing and feeling and integrating that on an everyday basis. Therefore, you are sitting sovereign in your being, in yourself, and you are your own emperor at the top of the mountain, ready to defend anyone, very wise. You can help yourself, you can help others, You're a warrior, you will stand up for yourself. You see into the future, you see into the past, you see very clearly because you're on the mountain, like the Emperor is here. And he's on his throne, which is a very exalted spot because he did the work. And because you went through all of this, and this is just your journey. And I'm always adamant about saying, please do not judge or beat yourself up on the timing of your journey or any of that. Like, it just has no space in this here. And you are becoming this sovereign ruler of your own reality, of your own existence, and that just brings you anything you've ever desired 9 of Cups here, but that's in alignment because you're choosing the right thing, 7 of Cups. So you are bringing freedom to your life by following your heart and trusting yourself and living from the inside out. And that's how you bring freedom in more of a sense, or cultivate all of it. And that's how you tap in to that eternal sense of freedom in your life. Yay! Oh my God, that's beautiful. So I really hope that was helpful. And as always, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you. Okay, so here are your cards. See this beautiful Emperor and 2 of Cups right in the middle, like bam, boom, pow. And so the first one, we have the 7 of Swords, and then we had the 9 of Cups, and then we had the 2 of Swords, and with the 7 of Cups at the very end. So beautiful. Look at you up there, Emperor. Okay, so I want to do a little outro with this video. So first and foremost, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching, and these messages are for you. So I pray that they find you and that they serve you and that they help you. Thank you. I love you. And so I really want to talk about the undercurrent of this reading. So it was a freedom reading, and I don't really know like how it's gonna go or whatever until like the readings are done and it's in motion, And all of these readings, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4, all of the ways to cultivate freedom were about freeing yourself. We're about freeing yourself from blockages and fears and whatever doesn't serve. And so this really helped me to understand and really like brought it home to me that, brought it home for me a goddamn again, that freedom is a gift that we give ourselves. That we give it ourselves, and that nobody or no thing can give that gift to us. That universal right as a human being that we have of freedom, right? Just like William Wallace said, they may take our lives, but they will never take our freedom, because we are the sole purveyors of our freedom. We are the guardians of our freedom. We give ourselves our freedom, and we take it away. We take it away. Our sense of freedom too. And often we know exactly how we've been taken away our freedom. Our intuition lets us know. We know what we feel uncomfortable about. We know what we don't really like, what we've been doing, or habits that we've been indulging in, or just shit we've been doing that we shouldn't do, that we know that when you're doing it that you shouldn't do it, but you continue to do it. So it's like we hold the ultimate power here. We do. We gift ourselves that freedom, and we also take it away. So I know I didn't really get too much into how we can rein in our freedom, but maybe I'll do another reading on that, because I think that's a whole other issue. But I just wanted to get back on here and like just summarize how these readings have went, and like that is a really beautiful lesson that I needed to be reminded of. Can't have too many reminders, honestly. So thank you again for watching. Thanks for thanks for coming on to my channel, and love you all very much, and I'll see you in the next reading.